Hey everyone, welcome to the 12th Game Jam review for Spooktober Jam Mask the Truth theme. Today we're going to be looking at these 7 games, so let's get right into it. The first one is Trick or Truth by Meat Eater or Meditaire, Vanadium, and J-Man Holt 929. So let's see what the itch page says. Everyone deserves candy on a Halloween, but adults won't give it to big kids. Fool them by wearing different masks and pretending to be young again. Be careful though, go to the same house with the same mask and then they'll figure out the truth. Control WSAD to move, E to interact. And that's just telling some instructions, and they got some art over here. So let's play in browser. You guys shouldn't be able to hear any of the music. I'll just kind of explain what I'm hearing. Music is fairly decent for a menu. It's light, easy, playful. They have the ability to adjust the volume on here, so pretty nice to always have that ability. So they also have a credit page. Pretty straightforward, easy UI. It's nice, simple, clean. Everyone can use it. So good job on that. So move around. This actually caused me issues at first when I tried this game out off camera. I didn't realize you actually got candy just pressing E the first time, so I thought, well, maybe I have to hit it again. When that happens, you lose your candy, and then that door you can't go back to because they realize you're a big kid. So it took a minute to kind of figure out that you just have to go to the door once, pick up the candy as you go. You can talk to these people, and you can buy a mask with your candy. Which, if you do that, then you get more candy because you can go back to the houses again. So the whole idea is just to go around picking up candy from the houses and then mask the truth of who you really are by buying a mask. This mask will tell the truth. Oop. So again, when you're wearing a mask, you can still only go back to the house one time. It doesn't give you like power-ups or anything. It's just hiding the truth of who you are again. So interesting concept. It would be kind of cool to see the mask actually give you like power-ups, especially the more expensive ones. Kind of be cool to maybe get like multipliers or speed boost or something along those lines, just to give you more variety to the gameplay. Because right now you're just going back to the same houses. Just it would kind of be a memory game, but you do have it set up so it's pretty easy just to go back through the same cycle and get back to where you were. So, control wise, gameplay is very smooth. When you hit up, you go up, left, right, down, all that good stuff. E interacts with the doors and with the people. Excuse me. And you can easily tell what's going to happen. It does have player feedback when you do it, except for when you knock on the door. You get a little feedback up here. Not really enough to tell you, hey, you just got candy. Maybe like a ding or maybe like a flash of the candy up top to kind of get more attention of what's going on. And with how many people that you can buy masks from, you don't really get enough time to be able to buy masks from everyone. So maybe again have the ability to increase your timer or again more power-ups or something like that for the mask. So now you can just go back through and go back to all the doors that you just visited. So simple concept, masking the truth, fits the theme very well. Controls and gameplay. The controls are tight. The gameplay, very repetitive after about the first minute. If you added some of those extra tweaks in there, got the mechanics a little more fleshed out, the game would have been a lot more enjoyable to play for the full 2 minutes 30 seconds, or even if you added more power-ups and the ability to increase your time, you could have kept building off of that and then extended the want of playtime. But for a game jam game, I believe this was very well done. The graphics look nice. The pixel art looks very good, and I personally enjoy it. The audio is pretty well done. It's simple and streamlined for the game jam, so perfect. Overall, I'd say good job, solid game. Thanks for sharing it with the game jam. So let's get back out of here and then quit. WebGL issues. Okay. So let's move on to the next game. Pumpkin. Okay. So this is by Cyclow. Let's go to the itch page and read what it says. In a pumpkin, you will have to make the distinction between who's your enemy and who is not. But who are you really going to make it anyway? The game prototype has been made during the Spooktober jam. All assets were made by us. This game jam was the first we've ever done. We unfortunately didn't manage to develop the whole game since we didn't have enough experience to make it happen. Nevertheless, that was a great moment, and we hope we can finish and take part to another game jam. Well, welcome to the game jam community. I hope you guys enjoyed your experience, and let's give the game a try. So right off the bat, I noticed the window screen kind of is off, and you can't scale it to your window. So if you can figure out a way to scale the window appropriately to all types of monitors, always going to help you in the long run, just because sometimes you run into the issue where you can't even start a game because the start button is down below the taskbar or off the screen. So try to think of the end consumer who's going to be playing it. It's not just you trying it out, it's going to be somebody else. So look into like scaling canvases or window resolution sizes, things along those lines. I'm not going to go to the options because I've tried this earlier and then I get stuck in the options, so I'm just going to go straight to play. The menu is nice looking. They did very good with the buttons and the aesthetic. The game looks pretty cool. I like this sprite effect in the 3D world. You have an attack and smack enemies. I'm like stuck though. Okay, I got stuck. So we'll just try it again. Get a little more room to talk. So this guy here is floating. I am your only friend. Everyone else is your enemy. Kill them all. Okay. So this guy's telling us to kill everyone. So you have all these creatures. So you get stuck really easily. You can't tell how much life you have. Oh. So earlier I didn't have this issue. I don't know what's going on. I'm just getting stuck. I can't move. And I'm hitting the AWSD keys, and that's how we do it, the move in this game. So we'll try it one last time. And we'll just run, because that's something I noticed when I played earlier. You can just run by everyone. And I couldn't find an end to this game. It's actually a pretty big world they made, but it's simplistic. So what you see right now, the sprites, the skeleton and the zombie, you yourself, the trees, grass, it's pretty much all you see until you get to a town area. But again, it's just another 2D pixel art sprite of houses, and it's just multiple times used throughout the area just to give the aesthetic of a town. So this seemed to be a pretty large scope game, and that could be one of the issues as to why you guys weren't able to finish it. So that's something you have to think about, is your skill level, the time length of your game jam. So this was only a week, so roughly that's going to translate to 5 minutes if you do like some type of adventure game or something along those lines. So kind of scope back, and usually halfway through the game jam is when you can realize when you need to change your scope. So kind of keep that in mind. I lied, you killed innocent people defending themselves. Mwahaha. Okay, so it looks like you're the bad guy. So I guess that's where the theme comes in. I didn't see this earlier when I tried it. So I guess Mask the Truth here was the guy telling you, hey, you're actually the bad guy. So a cute little game. Very, very good try for the first time for a game jam and first time building a game. So, congratulations on that. Art for the art, simplistic, but I actually enjoyed the view of it and the perspective that you had of it. Kind of reminded me of like an old NES game, pretty much an old RPG or JRPG style. And gameplay wise, there wasn't much there. You're just running around. The sprint or the dash button was pretty cool. I liked how you can roll into like a pumpkin and speed up. That was kind of cool. Movement was fine. When you run into an enemy, you get stuck and you can't move. So that is a bug. Audio, not much there. Simple music and simple sound effects for like the smacking of the sword and stuff. Not really like the industry term most of the time is called juiciness to a game. So look that up on like YouTube, juiciness of a video game, and you'll see how like screen shake, sound effects that are impactful, beefier. That's always going to help you pull in your audience a little bit more, give them a little something extra when they're playing. So we'll close this out, and then we'll go to the next one. So this one is called Nobody Knows by Spooktober Jam. Or, sorry, Nobody Knows Spooktober Jam by Davho. If you play this game in browser, please play it full screen. This is my first WebGL, blah blah blah. Game where this is play as a ghost. This has to steal all the candies. I made the game for my first game jam. I don't remember if I downloaded this one or not. Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. So again, this is another like screen sizing, canvassing issue. I always try to account for that if you're using Unity, which I believe you were. There is an option in the canvas to scale with screen size, and then you can change like perfect pixelness and all that other kind of stuff. So check into those options and look around, and I'm sure you can find something. I mean, you can see that all your buttons are off the screen, but simple overall UI, very easy, clean. People are going to know how to use this, so congratulations on doing that part very nicely. Play. Can't read all of it, so I'm just going to kind of skip over it. I do know spacebar is used to start the game. Shadows, no one, candies. So hit spacebar again. I really do like the art design, especially the main character, cute little ghost. Simple instructions on the screen, always great for a game jam. Make sure your player knows what they're doing. Sometimes you can have it as an intuitive way of like directing the player. So in this case, you have a big room, allows you to try your movements, and then forces you down this hallway. Nice level design. Come here, press E to steal candies that are on this table. So teaching the mechanics right away. Nice. Oh, there are people, don't let them see you. Gives you the ability to learn what you need to do without getting stuck. So nice. Good luck on your way. Collect the candy. Okay. E. I forgot it was E. I wanted to use spacebar for some reason. Level complete. Hit space. So it looks like you're just trying to collect all the candies in the room. So I'm guessing there's something up here. Oh, he saw me. Lame. But okay. Overall, music, simplistic, repetitive. It reminds me of like chiptune from the NES days. Pretty straightforward music. Gameplay was simplistic. You move around, you collect candies. It's a stealth game, and the stealth version actually seemed to work pretty well. You knew the line of or view of field of the people that are trying to see you and spot you. They kind of look like Amish people, or like rabbis maybe, or maybe like a witch, possibly one of those. So art design was pretty cute. Graphically, this game is appealing to the eye, so good job on that. Audio could be tweaked a little bit to be improved, so maybe try to find someone to work with for audio. What else? Theme. This worked pretty well. You're trying to mask the truth of you stealing the candy and moving around the area, so that worked. So overall, again, another good entry to the game jam, so congratulations. So we'll back out of this, and I'll just Alt F4 out of it. So let's go on to the next one, Masked Bean. This is by Fakova. A wave-based top-down shooter made for this year's Spooktober Game Jam. I'm very proud with this being my first ever Game Jam. So we're getting into a lot of the first ever Game Jam territory. So don't take any of the criticisms that I make harshly. Again, just a random guy on the internet and not a professional or by any means. Just a very big enthusiast into game dev. But what I'm doing is giving you my personal opinion of what I'm seeing right away. This is pretty much on the fly review. So please don't feel like I'm bashing on you or anything like that. Strictly just to give a perspective from someone else other than you, because sometimes that's what you need. And, I mean, people can push you in the right direction sometimes. So just keep that in mind. So whoever stumbles upon this, I hope you'll have fun. I'm sure I will. I did try this earlier and it was pretty enjoyable. So we'll start it up. Gonna go full screen with it. So again, right on the menu screen, telling you how to play. Very nice. Go to credits. I'm not gonna go to the credits page again because I'm gonna get stuck. I've tried this earlier. It is a nice credits page, but it's more along the lines of if you have a downloadable executable file, that's when this credits page is going to work. So then we'll go to start. So you move around, you can shoot these pumpkins. Don't know what that does. You have a nice little bullet counter on the right hand side. So it looks like you have to run out of bullets before you can reload. You have quite a bit of speed, and then you run into these bosses. So these bosses actually move pretty quick, so it looks like maybe some tweaking on the enemy speed could really help, because it's your very first encounter and you're already being swarmed. Also, for the music, very harsh violins in your ear. I get it. It's kind of intense, creepy. You have a boss coming after you, just rampaging. But you need to mellow it out a little bit so it's not going to blow out your eardrums, especially someone who's wearing a headset. So this enemy here, I was able to beat earlier. And let's see if I can do it again. They do have a lot of life, and they can spam quite a bit of bullets, and they actually destroy your shelter, I guess is what you would call it, or your shields, by blowing up the red blocks. So let's see if we can get this guy to come down here. You can see how you just get spammed, and sometimes you just get locked here because the guy's not coming down. Oh, he died. So, and now you just get another boss that spawns in. So I'm going to kind of start talking about the game itself. Visually, pretty simplistic, which I can't really expect too much out of if you're just a single person first game jam. What you did is still pretty good. The monster design was interesting. Main character is simplistic, but you know who you are, you know where you're at all times. So that's very well done. You kind of pop out. It kind of looks like you found the color palette offline somewhere and used it, which always a good reference to use something like that. Music, again, harsh to the ears, but if you just found like an asset or something and tweaked it around, maybe that's why it's like that, or maybe that's just what you thought matched to the game. So again, audio is usually personal opinion. In this case, I don't find it to be easy on the ears. So talked about the graphics. Theme, not 100% sure exactly seeing what the theme of this is supposed to be for Mask the Truth. Maybe it's the mask on the monsters. So I'm not 100% sure. So maybe a little explanation on like a backstory or something would help with that. And overall, I believe you did a very good job for your first game jam. So please don't give up on doing more. I think you could eventually make some really good games. So just keep going at it and just keep refining and tweaking. And sometimes listening to the feedback is good, and sometimes it might not. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. So let's back out of this, and we'll check out the next game. This one is The Unpossessed by a 42-pound moose of Von T25 and looks like BD3N. Okay. So you are a ghost stuck to haunt the building you were killed in. The only way to escape is to perform a ritual and sacrifice another to take your place. Lucky for you, ghost hunters are investigating the area. Possess the humans to help accomplish your ritual. Find a blade and spill their blood. Humans that see your ghostly visage will attempt to stop you by placing crucifix and holy water and inject you a short distance if you get too close. Holy water can also clean up pools of blood and small portions of created pentagrams. Pentagrams can be created by interacting with multiple pools of blood. Okay. So you can possess people with E, space to go invisible. You can drop an item with R and return the main menu with P. Okay, so that's nice. We'll go full screen. Made with Unity. So it looks like you have a couple options here. You can change the difficulty. You can choose whatever level you want. So let's go with just the first one. You can't pick up a knife until... Let's get to... We'll grab that guy. Oh no. Some of it's kind of confusing. You can, looks like possess people with E. Looks like the crucifix isn't gonna go away. So am I stuck now? Nope. Okay, so now I need to get a knife. Can I go invisible? Nope, can't do that. So it looks like I need to pick up a knife now. And let's see if someone will come over here. Oh no. So it looks like you lose the possession after a short while. Not exactly sure why I keep falling out of the human. So let's see if we can get this person with the green radar thing. Oh, they placed a crucifix down. So it's kind of just difficult to see what's going on, I guess. Figure out why some things happen. They just seem like they randomly happen. You get kicked out of people. So maybe there's like a time limit, or maybe that's what this energy bar is up here. So let's start talking about the game itself. Graphically, it looks very good. The sprites are very well done. The environment looks very nice. Gameplay-wise, you do move around fairly easy. It seems like the buttons do exactly what they're saying they're doing. You can possess people unless they already seen you, then you can't. And then you just get kicked out because someone's carrying a crucifix. So gameplay wise, it's a little confusing, or maybe just a little difficult or confusing as to what I'm supposed to do. I see in the top left corner, possess a person, obtain a knife, get pool of blood. But when you use the knife on someone, it just splashes a little bit of blood. Can you carry it around? Are you supposed to do a bunch of blood in one area? Not exactly sure how that is supposed to work. And then sacrifice a person. So guessing you just get people to walk in there. And now your green bars are just like rotating around. So it seems like there's a few things that could be tweaked just to make things a little more clear, or maybe like a tutorial level to kind of walk you through on what needs to be done. Overall, though, I think this game could have quite a bit of appeal to it, with a little bit of refinement to make sure the players know exactly what they're doing and gets feedback on what they're doing is actually correct. So just small minor complaints to make sure that the player is getting the most out of your game. So I believe overall on this game you did a very good job. I would try to refine it and maybe post a different version and see how that goes as well. So keep trying. I mean, has a really good concept behind it. I think you can really knock this one out of the park if you keep going with it, okay? So let's go to the next one. This one is Seeing Red by Joe the Farmer. It's a monochromatic game where you get a power-up which makes objects appear. And then you have to go back through the level or go forward with new obstacles. Controls. Arrow keys are A and D to move, W to jump. I already like that right there, adding W to jump. That makes things a lot easier in a platformer instead of having to use a spacebar. So, nice work on that. S or down arrow to look down. Another first game jam, so again, welcome to the game jam community. If it's laggy, download it. Okay. I did play this earlier. I didn't have any issues with lag. So again, congratulations on getting your first game up on WebGL. That's pretty impressive. So let's go full screen. There we go. So level 1. Okay. So collect red, and then the level changes. So very intuitive level design already. You're teaching the players how to play, telling you how they exit the game. Very nice. So now you get to the real level, real first level, and you can see the exit. So now you know you have to come back through this way. Again, good level design. So you really have an eye for that. So keep it up with that. So you can head back. The controls are a little floaty when you're in the air, but that's nice. You still have somewhat of a snappy control going back and forth, but you have a lot of hang time. The character does move pretty quick, so you have to account for that. But with this type of game, it actually works. It didn't look like I got close to the spike, but apparently I did. So maybe the collisions are a little off. Again, that's just probably like hitbox detection could be updated a little bit, tweaked and refined to make sure that doesn't happen. So I'm just trying to get back to the beginning. We'll just finish this level up because I believe it's best for others to play this on their own. Ooh. The game is just getting a little laggy, maybe because there's just too much going on in the background. Oh no. See, I tried to jump there and I just completely flew off the edge. And you can tell towards the end it got like really laggy, so maybe that is the issue. Maybe downloading it would have been more beneficial to review this, but I think overall, showing that it's just the WebGL version that's causing the issue is probably going to be enough to show people, hey, check out this game, but download it. I think you did a fantastic job with this being your first game, or first game jam at least. Your level design is very good. Controls should be tweaked a little bit for in the air. correcting yourself and trying to precision platform is actually kind of difficult because you can just shoot right off platforms. So in the air, what you have is good, but once you land on the ground, maybe make the character just slightly heavier. And let's see if we can make this last jump. Yes, we did it. Okay. So going between levels is also very good. You have a nice little menu saying go next. Menu gives a player an option to exit out of the game. You're not forcing your players to make it all the way through the game, so that's a pretty good design. And apparently you can go to a boss. If you haven't checked this out, left shift to dash. Nope, got sticky keys. Oh, looks like I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. Oh, I died. Okay, well that was confusing for the last part. Maybe it makes more sense when you make it all the way through the game. But I think overall he did a fantastic job. Graphics, simplistic. So they do match the aesthetic you're going for, but overall, nothing visually stunning. Theme, you mask the truth by, or unmask the truth, I should say, by hitting the red cube. So you match the theme really well. Audio, a simple little jaunty tune. Nothing too much to talk about there. Overall, fantastic job, especially for a first game jam, so congratulations. Let's see. This is Masked Janitor by Noel Oscar. Masked Janitor is a pretty small game about a janitor going through a haunted mansion armed only with his broomstick, which he can use to fight and broom jump. Along the way, you will find different masks with magic power and uncover the masked truth about them. Okay. So you already have the theme kind of explained there, so don't have to worry too much about that. Controls, move left and right, spacebar is jump, aim with the mouse, and then broom jump. I like how you trademarked it. It's like rocket jump. And switch mask with number keys. Okay. So we'll go full screen on this, and this is going to be the last game I review. So let's do the little bit of broom jump. There we go. And then you can attack enemies. Your normal jump is very pathetic, so you have to rely on the broom jump a lot. And something I've noticed is the jumping on here can be very, very tight. So if you fall off that edge, it's very hard to get back up on that platform over here. And that's going to be pretty noticeable here on this one. So you have to broom jump and just barely get onto the platform. So if you miss a jump and then you get stuck down in that pit, you can have a hard time getting back up. So I don't know if the animation's screwing up when you walk left or right when you hold the mouse down. So if you hold it straight down, you can almost cause them to like freak out. The broom jump is a pretty nice mechanic. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it always fires off correctly though. And then sometimes when you're trying to broom the enemies away, you actually push yourself up, which can throw you off a little bit. So having it as a jump mechanic and a attack mechanic, you could almost do like a pogo effect, kind of like what is that? Scrooge McDuck. I can't remember what the game title is. They just remade it not too long ago. It's the one where you can pogo around on your umbrella or cane. I can't remember what it is. So overall, graphically, pixel art, it was decent. Kind of bland overall though for the aesthetic. Theme, you did have mask in there, and eventually it gets to the point where you find the first mask and it uncovers platform, so Mask of the Truth theme does match. Gameplay, The attacking the enemies could be tweaked a little bit, kind of like what I already mentioned. Movement is fine. Jumping in general, it is kind of difficult landing on the platforms. You need to give the player just a little bit more leeway, so maybe lower the platforms or give the jump an extra boost to it to make sure you can actually clear those jumps easily. Audio, don't think there was any audio. If there was, I didn't hear it very well. I had my headphones in and I still didn't hear it, so maybe boost the sound up, or I'm not quite sure on that one, tweak the audio levels. So I'm going to back out of this. That's going to be it for the reviews. If you can, I would appreciate it if you checked out our game. It's called Through the Lens. It's a point and click adventure game. Very talented people worked on it, artists and musicians and all that good stuff. So it was a team of 7 people, including myself, the programmer, and lead design. So just if you could rate it, tell us what you think that we did right, what we did wrong. And I have other game review videos. They're not probably as high quality as what this one's going to be. They all were a little choppy and stuff, and didn't really know what much to say. Just kind of wanted to go through and give first-hand experience. And this is the 12th one, so there's a series to it. So I hope you guys liked it. If you can, like the video, subscribe, share it if you want. It really helps me out. So I appreciate you guys watching this and going through and checking out your reviews that I did for you. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.